There's a beautiful view of the top of this. There's another structure right below me. This is up top. Notice the view that this has. There definitely would have been an artillery piece right here. Going down on that way, in case someone started taking over the fort, this might have been a retreat back to try to take her back, because that area would have been heavy enough to withstand, well, it's not friendly fire, but if someone took it over, it would be able to repel the enemy and push them back. And we'll walk over here. This is probably where the artillery piece was. It's just a rock there now. And there's another structure right here. And you can see the outlines of where another gun nest would have been up inside of here. Right there. Another gun nest. There's the anchors to hold it down. Still on the ground, I'm shocked. There's another port right there. You can see the angles have actually been pounded down, but that's in a circular motion right there. So that was probably a pretty decent sized artillery piece. That looks like that might have been a pindle to lock it down if I'm thinking about it. This might have been 24 pound howitzers that were right here for anti-personnel. Now if you don't know what a howitzer is, I'll give you a lowdown. All right, so not all artillery pieces are cannons. That is a myth. Artillery is basic word for being able to launch something of a heavy caliber for a distance. A howitzer is the equivalent of a shotgun, and it can fire a solid shot as well. The difference between a howitzer and a cannon: a howitzer could go on more than a 45-degree angle. A cannon cannot. Again, the howitzer can also go on a lower than the 90-degree angle. A cannon cannot. The howitzers have the ability of firing something out of it called buckshot. Cannons, they do when they're smooth bore and they're light artillery pieces. But these bad boys right here were devastating. They would have loaded inside of those called canister. And canister is like a giant buckshot. Inside the canister, there's 20 to 25 75 caliber slugs inside of one charge. And that gun can double pack each charge inside of there. Imagine that many 12 75 to 20 75 caliber slugs coming flying at you down this end. And with the ability to catch you there, this thing could have spun around. Would have messed your day up in this area. And yeah, you can see that this definitely would have had the ability to have vehicles come up here, probably friendly. Cannons as well. And what do you know? We're coming down, and yet another structure. You ready? So the walkway is gone here. Obviously it's eroded. Would have been a ramp there. You can see it all chewed up. Here is another structure. Unfortunately, it has fallen down to the ground. But you're going to notice when I come over this, when I show you how many artillery pieces would have been on this bad boy. Going forth. Now, I know the artillery company, Fort Adams, has what's called the killing field in it. This would have been very similar to the killing field. This would have been protecting the back end of this in case you decided to do a land invasion, getting in on this side. Later on, it looks like this might have served the purposes too to have aircraft come off this, depending on where it's at. So, I said, take your time exploring Fort Witherall. It's huge. That structure's over there isn't the only one. Oh, look at this. Pieces of the fort. Tempting. Next time. More pieces of the fort over here. And this part, the reason why they have this fenced off, you're going to fall through that ground. You can see more structure over there. See it? On the side. Very similar to Fort Adams. There are sections in here you'll fall through and you're not getting back up. So, again, this has been Run Drag. We're gonna go to the other side of the fort. This is only one side. And as you see, look at that picture. Even putting the artillery pieces up here, going out. You had this thing covered.